My beloved child, pause. I am closer than your next breath. Even now, I am speaking between your thoughts, beneath your worries, beyond the noise. You've been searching for answers in all the wrong places, but I am not hidden. I have been whispering through your heartbreak, walking beside your fears, and standing in the shadows you thought were empty. Let me say this clearly. I have not forgotten you. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right on time for the miracle I have already prepared. Come closer. What I'm about to say will shift the heaviness off your soul. Don't scroll past this. Don't silence what your heart just felt. I'm not just speaking, I am revealing, restoring, rebuilding. Your name is written in my hand, and your future is still unfolding in my perfect timing. Listen, yes, I'm calling you closer, not to scold you, not to burden you, but to bring you into the warmth of what you were always meant for, me. I've watched you try to keep yourself together while your world was unraveling. I've seen the quiet tears fall into pillows, stained by battles no one knew you were fighting, and I was there, not outside the storm, but inside it with you. You didn't feel me because you were listening for thunder, expecting a grand rescue, but I came in the stillness. I sat in your silence. I stood watch in the midnight hour when no one called, no one texted, no one saw, but I saw. I always see. You don't need to earn my attention. You have it. You don't have to scream to reach me. I am the breath in your chest. The ache in your spirit is not random, it's the echo of me calling you back to where peace lives. You've been chasing clarity, but I am the clarity. You've been craving comfort, but I am the comfort. Every broken piece of your story is held in my hands, and I'm not confused about what I'm building with them. I never lost a blueprint of your life, even when you lost your way. You think you've missed too much, failed too often, waited too long, but I say to you, nothing is too far gone for me to restore. Not one moment of your life is wasted in my sight. I will use every delay, every denial, every disappointment, and pour grace into it until it blooms into something that glorifies me and heals you. You feel like time has slipped through your hands, but I am the author of time, and in my hands, nothing is late. You're not behind. You're not forgotten. You are held in the folds of eternity, and I've scheduled your unfolding with precision. What feels like silence has been sacred preparation. The waiting room was never empty. I was there, shaping your heart to carry what I've already prepared. You asked me, why now? Why not before? But child, the version of you standing here today is not the same as who you were back then. You've been refined, you've been deepened, and now you are ready to carry more than a blessing. You are ready to carry me within that blessing. That's why it's time. That's why you're here. That's why I'm speaking. So take a deep breath, not of fear, but of faith. Let go of the timeline that tormented you. Release the pressure you placed on yourself to always be okay. You don't have to perform for me. I never asked you to pretend. I only asked you to come, as you are, fragile, weary, honest. Come, even if your faith is limping. Come, even if your hope is flickering. Come, even if you feel undeserving, especially then. Because my grace is not based on how strong you feel. It's based on how deep my love goes. And my love goes deeper than your deepest ache. You've called yourself broken, but I call you chosen. You've looked at the mirror and seen someone unworthy, but I look at you and see my image. I see my child. I see my beloved. Not once did I ever stop looking. Even in your worst moments, my gaze was fixed on you with mercy. I want to restore what shame has stolen. I want to resurrect what fear buried. I want to rebuild what trauma shattered. But more than all that, I want you. Not the cleaned up version. Not the one who has all the right words and the right worship. I want the real you. The hurting you. The doubting you. The weary you. Because I can do more with your honesty than you could ever do with perfection. So tell me where it hurts. Tell me what you thought I ignored. Tell me what you're afraid I won't fix. I can handle the weight of your unspoken pain. I've already carried your sorrow. I've already stepped into the place you thought was beyond repair. There is no part of you too complex for me. No mess too great for me to enter. If only you knew how much I've longed for this moment, this nearness, this stillness, this intimacy. You think you found me, but truly, I've been the one pursuing you all along. The ache you feel isn't the end, it's the invitation. That loneliness you couldn't explain, that sudden wave of emotion in the silence, that pause you just took when your heart suddenly stirred. That was me, not a coincidence. A divine interruption, a whisper louder than your fear, a pull stronger than your doubt. You keep asking for a sign, but I am not just giving signs, I am the sign. I am the voice that doesn't compete with noise. I'm the peace that speaks in the middle of panic. I'm the light that still glows when hope seems dead. So don't look for me in the loud, look for me in the real, in your breath, in your longing, in your comeback. Yes, I said come back, because this is not your ending. This is the rise after the fall. This is the chapter the enemy never wanted you to live to see. And yet you're still here, and I'm not done. What I'm writing now will outshine what was lost, but I need your heart open, not guarded, not half surrendered, fully open. Let me in. Let me rebuild not just the life people can see, but the foundation no one sees. I want to restore your soul, not just your situation. I want to build something inside you that no storm can take, because what I am doing is eternal, not temporary, and it begins right here with this moment of surrender, this holy pause, this sacred yes. So don't pull away. Stay. Feel me pulling you in. That pull isn't weakness, it's a signal. You are on holy ground, child, not because of where you are, but because of who is with you. I am, and I am not done speaking. You've stood in the hallway of almost, pressed your heart against closed doors, and wondered if I was ever going to answer. But those doors weren't punishments, they were protections. You saw delay, but I saw danger. You saw denial, but I was rerouting you around disaster. What felt like a loss was me pulling you away from what would have broken you further, and though it bruised your hope in the moment, I was saving you from what your prayers didn't yet see. You think I ignored your cries because it got darker after you prayed. But my child, listen to me. I often do my greatest work in the night seasons. It's in the hidden, silent hours that I craft what can't be shaken. You prayed for peace, and I began in the places where the war had rooted itself deepest. You asked for joy, so I started healing the sorrow you hadn't spoken of in years. I never give surface blessings. I go to the roots. I heal from within. And yes, that kind of healing takes time, but it also brings freedom no storm can steal. I've been watching how you smile through pain no one can see. How you keep showing up, even when your strength is threadbare. How you give love while wondering if there's any left for yourself. But I want to tell you something you've never fully believed. I see you, not the version you curate, not the image you hold together for the world. I see the you who sits quietly at the edge of your bed and wonders if it's all worth it. I see the you who scrolls past encouraging words because they feel too far from your reality. And I say yes, it's worth it, because you're worth it. You were never meant to carry the weight of being everything to everyone. You are not their savior, I am. You don't have to hold up a collapsing world. Let go of the idea that your value is in your productivity, in how much you accomplish, or how well you perform. You are valuable because you are mine. Even when you do nothing, say nothing, accomplish nothing in the eyes of the world, you are still loved beyond measure. Stop running from the silence. I am in it. Stop fearing the pause. I am the one who asked you to rest, because in rest, you hear me clearer. In rest, your heart unclenches, and only then can you receive what I've been holding out to you. Not more assignments, but more of me. I am not asking for performance. I'm asking for permission to flood your weary places with my presence, to fill the space you thought you had to guard, to speak where fear once shouted, to breathe into the places where your strength gave out. Come with your real heart, not the filtered version. Come with your confusion, your contradictions, your unanswered prayers. Bring me the journal with the pages you tore out. Bring me the questions you thought made you unworthy of faith. I can handle them all. I've never been afraid of your doubt. I don't reject the wrestling, I meet you in it. I am the same God who met Thomas in his questioning, Elijah in his hiding, David in his weeping, and Mary in her grief. I never required perfection, only presence. So bring me yours. I want to sit with you, not judge you. I want to restore you, not shame you. The enemy has lied to you for too long, making you think I only dwell in the clean, the ordered, the spiritual. But I am the God who entered a dirty stable, who sat with outcasts, who touched lepers, who wept beside tombs. I come close to mess because love cannot stand far away. I'm not keeping score, I'm keeping promises. You've been marked by things that were never meant to define you: failure, betrayal, silence, absence. But I am marking you now with my own hand: identity, purpose, destiny. Beloved, what others said about you cannot hold up against what I say about you. Their judgment was loud, but my affirmation will thunder louder. Let their labels fall off. Let my truth wrap around your soul like a new skin. I call you redeemed. I call you restored. I call you mine. You've asked, what now? The world tells you to hustle harder, run faster, do more. But I'm not calling you to a sprint, I'm calling you to stillness. What's next is not about motion, it's about presence. Yours with me, mine with you. The breakthrough begins not when you move, but when you yield. So yield now. Lay down the battle you've fought alone for too long. I've already won it. You're not meant to keep waging a war I've declared victory over. Let me be your defender. Let me fight for you where you've been trying to fix everything. You're not weak for needing me. You were created to need me. Your strength is not in your independence. It's in your surrender. That's where miracles begin. That's where resurrection happens. And that's where we're headed. There is more healing, more clarity, more closeness. I am not done revealing myself to you. I am not finished restoring what life tried to strip away. And I am definitely not done rebuilding you, because you were never just broken, you were becoming. And now, it's time. You don't have to strive for what's already yours. My love isn't a prize to be won. It's the foundation you were always meant to stand on. So let me build on that now. The heaviness is lifting. The lies are breaking. The past is losing its grip. And I am still speaking. Let the sound of my voice quiet the storm in your thoughts. You've been hearing too many conflicting opinions, too many voices telling you what to do, who to be, and how far you've fallen. But here is my voice, steady and unwavering, cutting through the fog like morning light. You are not lost. You are being led. This path you're on may not look like what you imagined, but I have never taken my hand off the map. Every step, even the ones that made you tremble, has been accounted for. You've asked why the pain had to happen, why the detours felt so cruel, but what you didn't see was how I used those very detours to teach you to lean not on yourself, not on others, but on me. I did not cause the wounds, but I am the bomb. I did not send the storm, but I am the shelter. I did not break you, but I will build you back stronger than the version of you that once lived afraid of breaking. You no longer have to build your life on the approval of others. That house crumbles in every storm, but the house I build stands in every season. I'm not laying down walls of fear or ceilings of shame. I'm raising a place inside your heart where freedom breathes. That's what I've wanted all along, not just to visit your life on Sundays or in moments of desperation, but to dwell, to remain, to live in the center of your every breath. Let me be that constant. Let me be the voice louder than doubt, the presence closer than loneliness, the security deeper than the fear of being forgotten. You are not an afterthought in my kingdom. You are not a leftover. You are not what they said. You are not the mistake you think disqualified you. I chose you, not in your strength, but in your surrender. I didn't pick you because you are perfect. I picked you because you are mine. And I do not make random choices. There are things ahead of you that will make sense of what didn't. but you cannot carry old fear into new freedom. That's why I'm asking you to release. Release the grudge. Release the bitterness. Release the fear that keeps forecasting worst-case outcomes. I'm not the voice of dread. I'm the voice that declares hope still lives here. You don't have to wait until everything is fixed to come closer. Come limping. Come confused. Come late. Just come. Because I am not keeping you at arm's length. I'm pulling you in with every word I speak. Let me show you what it means to be seen without being judged, known without being rejected, loved without conditions. That's how I love you. That's how I've always loved you. Not for what you do, not for how loud your face sounds, not for how many good days you've stacked together, but for the very essence of who you are, who I created when I breathed my image into dust and called it beautiful. You are not disposable. You are not background to someone else's story. You are the story I'm telling right now. And I haven't dropped the pen. What I write in your life will outlast every pain you thought would end you. That's why I'm still talking, because we're not finished. Because your tears still matter to me. Because your dreams are not forgotten under the rubble of disappointment. You thought the delay was a sign to give up. But really it was a sign to go deeper, to dig until you hit the well that never runs dry. And here, beneath the surface of your survival, is where I'm planting something eternal, something not built on shallow praise or fleeting feelings, but on real love. Love that anchors, love that doesn't run, love that doesn't shift with your mood or your mess, love that remains. I am not afraid of what you've done. I'm not scared of where you've been. I enter even the rooms you've locked and labeled too broken to fix. And when I enter, I don't come with a list of what to change. I come with light. Because darkness doesn't get to keep parts of you I died to redeem. The cross wasn't just a symbol. It was a statement. You are worth saving. You. Not the ideal version of you. Not the one who gets everything right. But the one reading this right now. Still unsure. Still carrying weight. Still needing confirmation. This is it. This is the confirmation you've been craving. I see you. I love you. I've already made the way. So stop punishing yourself for being human. I never expected you to have endless strength. That's why I gave you me. My grace doesn't just forgive, it empowers. It carries. It breathes new wind into tired lungs. You've been trying to run without rest, to lead without being led, to fix what only I can restore. But it's not too late to stop running and start receiving. Yes, I'm asking you to surrender, but not because I want control. I'm asking because surrender is the only doorway to peace. When you lay it down, I lift you up. When you give it to me, I give you more of myself. And that's what you're truly craving, isn't it? Not answers, not outcomes, but me, my nearness, my arms, my whisper that calms every fear. You've prayed for direction. This is it, not a roadmap, but a relationship. A steady voice saying, walk with me, one step at a time. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to trust the one who holds the foundation. That's me. That's always been me. And still I'm not finished speaking. There are places in you still aching from things no one ever apologized for. Wounds still fresh from words they never took back. And you've tried to push them down, bury them under distraction, cover them with productivity. But I never asked you to heal alone. I never meant for you to pretend the scars were gone. I am the one who walks into those places not to remind you of the pain, but to release you from it. You don't need to fear what's unfinished in you. I finish everything I begin, and I began a good work in you. You think your heart is too fractured for purpose, too fragile for hope, but you have no idea what beauty I'm shaping inside those broken places. I do not waste wounds. I redeem them. Every crushed part of your heart, every tear, every tremble, I gather them like treasure. The world calls it weakness. I call it sacred soil. That's where I plant glory. In weakness, I grow strength. In mourning, I grow comfort. In silence, I grow stillness. In every season you thought was barren, I've been cultivating something eternal. Don't despise the quiet stretches. That's where my voice grows louder, not through volume, but through clarity. You've grown numb to the noise around you, and that numbness has made you question whether I'm even near. But the silence was never absence. It was me turning down the volume of distraction, so you could finally hear what matters, me and you, together, without performance, without pressure, just presence. I know what they said about you, I know what you said about you, and I also know what I say about you. And that's the only truth that will stand when the rest fades. I say you're chosen, I say you're sealed, I say you're held, and if I have spoken it, not hell or history can undo it. You are not your failure, you are not your regrets. You are not a lost cause waiting for rescue, you are already rescued. I already paid the price. You don't need to perform to be saved. You just need to rest in what I've already done. Come closer. I'm not going to overwhelm you. I'm going to unravel the lies that held you. I'm not here to lecture. I'm here to love. And real love stays. Real love sees the worst and chooses you anyway. That's how I love you. I didn't set my affection on the future version of you. I gave everything for the version standing here right now. Yes, the one who's unsure, the one who's tired, the one who keeps wondering if they're too far gone. You're not too far gone, you're closer than you think. One breath from breakthrough, one moment from peace, one whisper away from freedom. And I am still whispering, child, every moment I draw near. It's not to pressure you, but to heal what you've been silently begging me to fix. I'm not asking for your perfection. I'm asking for your honesty. Let the walls fall. Let the mask drop. I can't heal what you hide. You feared being too much for people, too emotional, too complex, too wounded. But hear me. You are never too much for me. I designed you. Every detail, every depth, every longing. You were made to feel deeply because you were made to love deeply. That ache inside isn't a flaw, it's evidence that eternity was planted in your soul, and only I can fill it. Stop giving pieces of yourself to places that leave you empty. Stop measuring your worth by how much you're needed. You don't have to earn love anymore. You already have it. Right here, right now. I'm pouring it over you even as you read this. Can you feel it? That warmth rising in your spirit. That isn't emotion, it's encounter. I'm drawing you near. You've been trying to hold everything together. But what if letting go is the miracle? What if surrender isn't loss but access? What if the life I have for you doesn't begin after success, but in this very moment of vulnerability? You don't need more answers, you need more of me. And I'm not far. I'm closer than your next breath, closer than your thoughts, closer than your shame dares to believe. Let my nearness comfort you. Let it wrap around your fears and whisper them still. The storm outside may rage, but inside my presence is a sanctuary. You don't have to be afraid anymore. You don't have to run. I'm not chasing you down with judgment. I am meeting you with mercy. Right now. Not later. Not when you're better. Now. You thought this message was just another scroll, but it's a doorway. And I'm standing on the other side. Open your heart. Let me step in. Let me take you deeper than inspiration. I want to be your foundation. I want to teach your soul how to breathe again. I want to anchor you so firmly in my love that no wind can uproot you. You are not invisible here. You are seen. You are not late, you are on holy time. You are not too broken, you are just ripe for rebuilding. And what I rebuild cannot be shaken. So don't stop here. We are just getting started. You've been living under the pressure to prove yourself. To prove you're strong enough, holy enough, ready enough. But I never asked you to prove anything, I only asked you to be with me. You've been so busy trying to keep it together, trying not to fall apart, that you've missed what I've been trying to give you all along. Permission to be fully known and still fully loved. You don't have to outrun your weakness. You just have to turn toward me in it. I'm not standing at a distance waiting for you to clean up your act. I'm kneeling right beside you in the dust, in the undone moments, in the ordinary hours where no one is watching but me. I see the places no one else sees, and I do not flinch. I see the late night scroll through empty encouragements, the way your heart sinks when the world keeps moving, but your soul still feels stuck. But I am not moving past you. I am staying right here with you, for you, in you. I'm not interested in just being your emergency call. I want to be your daily breath. I want to be the whisper that gets louder than your fears, the fire that never goes out, the peace that doesn't fade after the prayer ends. You've tasted temporary comfort before, but I am not temporary. I am eternal, and I came not to give you relief for a moment, but renewal for your whole life. Your spirit has been bruised by delay, worn thin by disappointment, and still, you kept walking, quietly, faithfully, even when it didn't feel like faith. And I want you to hear me now. I saw every step. I counted every tear. I celebrated every time you kept going when it would have been easier to give up. The world didn't applaud you. They didn't see, but I did. And not 1 ounce of your pain has been wasted in my hands. You've mistaken my stillness for absence. But beloved, my stillness is often where the deepest healing begins. I've been restoring what you couldn't name, rewriting what shame tried to tattoo on your soul. You wanted answers, but I was giving you something far more permanent: identity. I was anchoring you in who you are to me, unchangeably mine, forever claimed, completely seen, eternally wanted. You've prayed to be used, but I want more than your usefulness. I want you, not what you can do, not what you can offer, just your heart, wide open and honest. You think your wounds disqualify you, but those are the very places where my glory shines best. My power doesn't flow through perfection, it flows through surrender. And surrender is not weakness, it's the doorway to being rebuilt from the inside out. You're not a project I'm trying to fix. You're a person I love, and I am not in a hurry. I am patient with your process, gentle with your pain, steady with your restoration. You keep asking, why is it taking so long? But child, what I am building in you cannot be rushed. I'm building something uncheckable, something generations will drink from, something eternity will celebrate. And yes, it takes time, but it's time that works in your favor when I'm the one holding it. So trust me with the timeline. Let go of your inner clock that keeps shouting. You should be further by now. You're not behind. You're exactly where my love is unfolding something sacred. Not in the future, not in a better version of you. Right here, right now. In this moment where your soul is listening and your heart is stretching toward my voice. You may not see the full picture, but you can trust the artist. I'm not splashing colors without vision. I'm painting beauty from what felt like chaos. What you called ruin, I call the beginning of redemption. You thought it was over, but I am still writing. And the next line in your story will not be pain. It will be promise. A promise of restoration, of joy that makes the sorrow make sense, of peace that outlasts the questions, of love that holds you together when nothing else can. You've been searching for purpose, and I tell you this, you are not outside of it. You don't have to go find purpose. You carry it, because you carry me. And where I dwell, life flows. So stop trying to earn what I've already placed inside you. Let purpose awaken, not from striving, but from stillness. In stillness I speak. In stillness I move. In stillness I strengthen. The reason you've been uncomfortable is not because I've abandoned you, but because I'm stretching you, not to break you, but to make room for what's coming. You ask for more, and I am giving it, not just around you, but in you. I'm expanding your capacity to hold joy without fear, peace without performance, faith without exhaustion. And still, I am not done. I am only beginning to show you the kind of love that never runs out, the kind of grace that keeps flowing even when you fall again, the kind of presence that sits beside you in silence and says, you are not alone. Even now, my spirit is moving over you, within you, through you, restoring everything you didn't even know was broken, lifting burdens you forgot you were carrying, awakening dreams you gave up on long ago. So don't stop now. Keep listening, keep leaning. You are in the middle of something holy, a turning point, a resurrection, the moment where mourning begins to turn into dancing, not the loud kind, but the deep kind, the kind that bubbles up from peace, You didn't create and can't explain. That's what I'm doing in you. Quietly, powerfully, eternally.